right. Good afternoon, those in the Central and Eastern time zone. We are en route to the tornado warned storm that is looking across the Louisiana Mississippi border. We're a little bit of ways from it here, but figure you guys would rather just take a ride with us and see what's going on versus not. So we are heading to Natchez, Mississippi, or at least that direction on the 61 highway south. We are about 30 miles south of Vicksburg on 61. So cell phone coverage is at a premium today. Get the alerts, because I will lose you. I can just almost assure you 100% probability of that. So as soon as we get recovered on any cell phone loss, the alerts should say he's back. So that's where we're at. This is a particularly dangerous situation today. Not by me, by the actual NWS. So we're making a play on these southern storms. We looked at Monroe. I wasn't particularly fond of going north, and I decided that south was the move since it's already become tornado warned. And today is all about warning the public. There's no artistic editing today. I'm not going to get any great photos, or it's literally going to be an ugly day on the for those into photogenic storms. This is not the place. This is going to be a dangerous situation. Everything's going to be fast moving, and unfortunately it's going to probably be just a tough one. So for those that watch for that, I would just tell you, you're going to be disappointed. So we're going to get into this sloshy tornado warned storm and try to make some sense of it. So that's where we're at with it. I won't be much in the comments today. It's definitely an all hands on deck day. So welcome to Tuesday in Mississippi. Man, it's so humid out, guys. It is just sticky. I almost put it to a vote this morning. What do you guys want? Which direction? I like to include everybody, but on a day like this, you just got to get in front of pick one and go. It's just like Texas. You can't be in front of all of them. You can only be in front of one. So this southerly ones have already been on the board, tornado warned, and figured there was no reason to wait around for storms that haven't gone yet. So just don't have that luxury. So if you are in the parishes of, well, hold tight here. If you're in Louisiana, and I know we got a lot of folks down in Louisiana that like to tune in, Simmonsport, Placerville, Godot, Big Cane, you have got to be already hunkered down. Cottonport and Evergreen, you're not far from the other one that was tornado warned earlier. Monroeville, Simmonsport, Placerville, Godot, Big Cane, Morrow, Louisiana, all of you have anybody with family down there, and this is where it's going to be tough today. A lot of folks we talked to so many people that had no clue that this was happening today. No clue. We were literally showing people the weather reports and watching their jaw drops and immediately watching them get on their cell phones. It just blows my mind how lack information in 2022, sorry, trying to bust into the future here, is still happening. Literally everybody we came across, the coffee shops, the hotels, everything, nobody had a clue. So that's what we're doing today, spreading awareness, plain and simple. This first storm we're going to go through, everything's going to be messy today, but let me see the tracks on this. So we're getting to the front edge of this cell now. I mean, you guys know the drill out here. Anybody, it's a very tough setup. I'm probably going to keep these lives at about 35 to 45 minutes a piece, and I will try to mark them with what event happens in them. So I'm not going to do some big 6-hour lives. That's just that's obnoxious. So 30 to 45 minutes, I will mark in the events, or someone on the team will, and then we'll keep it moving. I envision we're probably going to have about 10 to 15 lives today. So unless you guys think differently, throw down in the comments if you think there's a better way to do it. I'm always ears. Just one 6-hour live that comes and goes, then we can do that too. But unfortunately, the way the algorithms work, and we're supposed to be trying to warn people here, those 6-hour lives get shoved way far down by the social media platforms. And I'm not here to clickbait anybody, so if it's not, like I titled this one heading to the tornado warning, but I clearly said in the thing we're miles away from it, we're en route. So, but those parishes I named out, you everyone's back. It's important to get the alerts today, because this is going to be the name of the game, is fighting cell phone coverage. Oh, hello, sweetheart. How you doing out there in Alaska? All right, they've just extended the tornado warning. So if you're in Sim Sport, I'm probably saying that wrong. SIMME Sport, Simon Sport. It's actually probably going to miss just, but you have the other one, Cottonport. Yours might not be tornado warned, but it could go quick. And that hail core is growing on yours. So Cottonport, you're probably seeing some pretty good winds right now. That one's slowed down to 25 knots. The one, where are we at here? It's 110, so 115. It looks like if you're in southeast Simisport, you need to take cover, you need to take shelter immediately. You have minutes. Let me hold on, let me overlay the map here. This is gonna be a tough day. It's a tough day. So ahead of that is Shaw, Louisiana, Fort Adams, Mississippi. So I'm going to be going back and forth over both states. I would really appreciate it, folks. I'm super grateful for all the support, but right now is the worst time to text me, be careful. Trust me, I'm going to do my best, but telling me it just clogs up my so I will do my best, and we'll just leave it at that, and I don't need any be carefuls. So thank you. Yeah, so if you're in Simisport, from Simisport to Lettsworth, in the parishes of there, all the way down to Palmetto, that whole tornado warned polygon is between that area. So I'm sure that's a sparsely populated area along the Atchafalaya River. If you're anywhere from Simsport to Bayou Current down to Palmetto along the Atchafalaya River, close, you need to be ready to shelter. I'm sure there's a lot of people in those bayou, little tiny parishes that aren't even on the map, that probably don't know this is coming. There's no sirens out there. Minimal siren coverage. So if you are seeing this, please share it to family in those parishes. We are en route. We are, as the crow flies, about less than 30 minutes away from those storms. So right now all I can give you is verbal off the radar, and soon I'll be inside of them and I'll be able to tell you, and you'll be able to see it. But right now we just got to go with what we're seeing. So, all right, YouTube back, Facebook back, here we go. Starting to get a little windy, nothing too major. But the NWS is predicting a tornado outbreak today, so at least they've thrown a PDS warning on this, and you just don't see those often. The sun peeking through. Man, the humidity is just thick. We're in the deep south too, the deep south. So you can just practically eat the air with a fork. So that's what we're going towards right there, guys. So hold tight, Facebook. I'll give you so we're heading south right into that. We're just gonna punch right into that and find out what it's all about. And I know my radar tech is screaming, pulling all his hair out because he wanted me to stay in Monroe, but I just couldn't do it. name of this game is to get down and warn people. We have tour warn storms on the board to sit and wait. it's not what I'm here to do. So we jumped on this. That's the play. I may, I'll do a lot of second guessing later, but got to make a move, and that's the move. So what you're seeing is the coloration changing to purple on both screens. That's the front of the tornado warned storm. We're coming right into the front of that here in the Natchez. Just a messy monster. What are you doing? You stay in your lane, sir. We'll stay in ours.
They have a whole lane to turn.
I know, he's trying to turn.
Lane?
He's like, let me use half your lane before I turn into mine and the turn lane. It's fine. God, it's so humid. Man, I'm already sweating with the AC on. Still tornado warned down there, but that's the front of the storm. You're looking at it right now. We are coming down to the corner pocket of southeast Mississippi, southwest Mississippi, northeast Louisiana. We're going to be between Natchez and probably Woodville. So anybody in all those just tons of waterways, Larto, Acme, Deer Park, Monterey, Shaw, Morrill, Simisport Parish, all those are Louisiana. You want to be, I don't know how you take shelter in the bayou because there's no basement. So this is where it gets really scary, is you just leave. Just leave. That's what you need to do. You need to drive northwest. Or west. Do west or northwest and just leave. Come back in about 45 minutes. Because unless you have a shelter. This is going to hop right over the Mississippi River, and we're going to catch it on the Mississippi side, and then we're going to roll with it. And that is the play for now until anything changes. So what's your guys' thoughts on the southern cells? I know I got a lot of armchair quarterbacks out there. Just give me your input. Let me hear. Man, you can just see them. Okay, they've just thrown a severe warning on the northwest cell, so expect that to potentially go tour warned at any time. Again, we are en route. We're gonna just punt right into this, and I mean right dead directly head on. So this is gonna be an incredibly sticky situation because we're gonna have no visibility till the back of it. Essentially, we're gonna have to hook slice, but from the north to south, which is not what I should be doing, but we don't have a choice. There's no way to tiptoe through this tornado warned storm. So we're just gonna do a don't know why I have the alerts on when I kill this stream. off. I had to get it. All wrong reasons, but so necessary. Super necessary. So today is an incredibly dangerous situation as far as locals with no shelters, no tornado sirens, or minimal. Some of these towns do, but some of them don't work. I get messages from people, and I can see them dangling by one wire half the time myself. So if you are in from Semi-Sport, listen, there's you're gone. YouTube, you're here. Semi-Sport to Woodville, down towards Melville, that whole polygon is tornado warned. Hopping over the river. Back. Anyways, that's where we're heading. That's what's up. If you're from Semi-Sport up to Woodville, Semi-Sport, Louisiana to Woodville, Mississippi, down towards Melville, Louisiana, that whole across the Hookah, no Hookah. Is that like mud?
Yeah.
I felt that. We slicked up there for a second.
That's kind of freaked me out.
Too early in the day. No, that's the whole Mississippi, I think. I'm gonna overlay this here. No, that's one river over. So many river systems here. So that is the Black River, from the Black River to the Mississippi River. So anybody in those, you know, you're on the water. So this is a tough one. I'm not sure what the best. I would just say leave. Just leave, and either go southeast away, probably southeast because there's nothing in the way. Because if you were to go west now, you're going into that other storm. So just go southeast. If you're in any of those parishes, jump in your airboats and haul ass out of there, because you're Torah warned and you have no shelter. So they've seen this before. It's not their first rodeo, but a lot of people don't have access to radar. I could not believe that today. But they were like, I'll send this to my, you know, people follow Facebook, so thank goodness. And then this is just going to hop over the river onto our side, and then we're going to roll with this for probably a while. I got to imagine we're going to be in a ugly mess trying to find tornadoes with 100-yard or less visibility. That's going to be the name of the game today. So get you guys back to it. I don't know what happened last night. I started feeling like crap in the middle of the night. I got like a lump in my throat. I fell asleep early, and then I stayed up from midnight all the way till practically 5 a.m. Got a couple hours from 5 to 7, and then. But we're punching through the night, so it doesn't matter. Once we get into this, that'll all wash away. I've got a sponsor that I'm going to shout out later into this. I'm trying to always keep away from being a NASCAR pedaling spokesman, but I've teamed up with a tree company, a national tree company that works with folks, and they require no money out of pocket, and they bill your insurance directly. So we'll get into that later if there's damage, because I will have to report that to them. That is my duty to my commitment to that. So outside of that, and if anybody hears of any damage, just well, I said please don't message me, but if you do hear of damage, throw it in the comments, and I will relay the information. So they are all about being Johnny on the spot. It's a rat race in their game to be first one there, and it's a real cutthroat industry. But they reached out to me, and I don't want to peddle a bunch of over and over and over. And I want it to be something that helps victims, not sell duct tape. So anyhow, we'll talk about that later. So if you're in those areas, that storm, my radar is not updated. It's probably No, I mean, there's nothing wrong with selling duct tape and coffee beans and other random shit that people don't need storm chasing, but I sell either merch or doing that, so that's where I'm at in the gig. Anyways, there we go. Oh, somebody, thank you to whoever threw out 200 stars. Very, Facebook gives you 300 stars for free, but I always feel weird asking for, I don't ask for anything, guys. I don't ask for money. Social media pays you just enough if you do it well enough. And I watch these other chasers that panhandle every 10 minutes for money, and it's put such a bad taste that it's not my thing. So if I can't afford to do it, then I'll have to get off. And, you know, but the reality is I sink every penny I make into this right back into it, and that's how I keep it going. So I've been blessed not to have to ask the public for help. I should put it that way. So my radar is not updated, so I don't know. It said it had 32 minutes. So let it go. Tone deaf, where do you want me to go, buddy? I know. I get people to get mad that I'm coming to their town to chase storms. I get it. But believe it or not, I'm here trying to help. But there are guys that don't. There's just guys that come out here to see the ugly, and then I apparently don't do enough. So I get your frustration, and I do respect it. But I can assure you that anything I'm here to do with goodwill and come from a good place to help. So, but it is a double standard because I rely on the social media aspect to fund it. So it's a real gray line. I didn't invent the system or the industry. I'm just a part of it. I got a guy on YouTube that wants me to go away, and I respect. I know what I had a lady at the casino. She had seen some stuff online that pissed her off about storm chasers, and we had a good chat. But I just haven't got an update. I apologize. I'd love to rattle off more information here, but the polygon's the same. Now it says 29 minutes, but the clouds have not changed any shapes, so that is going to be tough. I'm not going to know what they're really doing until I get inside of it, and it's going to be so tough to see. So bear with me, guys. And then there's just always, you can't please everyone. But you can please most of them. Looks like these three cells are just going to keep bouncing into each other, becoming tour worn. It's going to be like the Larry, Moe, and Curly picking which cell is going to go tour worn next, is my guess. It might move into this new air and become more organized into one big something, and then it could be extremely dangerous if these things cluster together and become one cell. But I don't know if that's in the cards today, and it is way over my pay grade to be talking anything past that. So, but the way these are, the tracks on them have these things just bouncing into each other, which I've seen now in my short time doing this. That'd be a good thing and be a bad thing. Sometimes it keeps them from going tour worn because they're just like a lava lamp of a bunch of bubbles that can't become individual and become a tornado. And then you see other times where they drop multiple tornadoes and the energy gathers. Excuse me. This cough is new. Didn't start in the first half of this live, so.
I can attest to that.
Yeah. I can't see any other chasers to tell you who's closer, because I take no offense when people, obviously, you know, you don't want to see me just drive towards the storm, you want to see me in it, but I can't tell you who's on that. Otherwise I would gladly flip you to another channel and just hope you come back once I get into it here. But we are moving directly at that. As the crow flies to the back of that storm, we're 36 miles away. To the front of it, it's less than 12. So that gives you some idea of what we're looking at here for time.
We're still behind a house.
And now we've got a house. Hell of a day to move that.
Right?
And they're heading right towards, and I mean directly towards, a tornado warned storm with a house on the road. That's, man. Again, it was probably 90% of the people we talked to, just to give you a sample, had no idea today was a tornado warned day. No idea. It's scary. That's really scary to think of how many people are in danger on these days.
Especially with social media.
Yeah.
I've been seeing this for days, you know.
For days. How do you miss it? I mean, we live in this world. We're too close, but
Yeah. Perhaps.
and not to go into the socio side of it, but it was every blend of every race, every age, across the board. Had no clue. And this house has got the road dominated.
Yeah.
Although I will say this, he's moving.
Yeah, he is.
That truck is hauling some booty.
Yeah. And this dude's like, you're not passing.
Yeah,
There's no room for
he
you to
is.
pass.
So we're in a holding pattern here, as you can see, because we have half a house in front of us.
Where the other house at?
That one up there just isn't doing it. That's not. That was gonna. It's just. Yep. Okay. I believe my radar's lagging because the clouds haven't changed. So if I was guessing, and you're in Mississippi, starting to head right over the Mississippi River right now, from Woodville to Gloucester to Roxy, definitely Crosby. All of you are in the tornado warning polygon of my last scan. So in theory, weather never stops, right? If my radar's behind, you are next. If it not, it's probably, yeah, there we go. Finally updated. There we go. It didn't really go much. Is this slowing way down? Down to 32 knots. 1 inch hail.
Ooh.
All right, and what do we got for winds? Yeah, that's, I mean, 1 inch hail in the south, that's pretty good. I just do not feel good on this one.
sugar?
I don't know. I'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like I got the shakes really bad. But I've only drank a few sips of coffee. I don't know. Probably just nerves. How do we get around this house?
I do not know.
We can't do this forever, can we? Like, they shouldn't even be on the road. I can't believe this has got to be. I don't know. There might not be near as much red tape in the South. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to break any laws, but holy moly macaroni.
Holy moly macaroni.
Yeah, that's
What's
just...
macaroni? We're not macaroni.
My grandpa used to say that.
Oh.
Keep it always a kid-friendly channel.
Yeah, they're so close to that light.
Yes.
God.
Come on. Dear... Oh, is there a passing lane? I know, guys. Trust me, I'm on pins and needles wanting to get around this as much as me as the next person. So we want to stay 61 south.
Okay, well, hopefully they don't go that way.
I know. Hopefully.
Look at Devereaux.
Pull over. Ooh, I think they're gonna
Go in
not
direction.
give us any room.
Okay.
All right. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Do we?
There we go. Well, the pilot car's getting out of the way, so. Yeah. Here, bottom line, we're not following this house for the next 20 miles, so at some point, I'm going to see the right opportunity that's safe. Because these guys shouldn't even be on the road. This is ridiculous.
Okay.
Okay, up here.
Do it.
I think so. Go
I
for it.
think
Yeah,
so.
once you get over the intersection, go for it. Just go. Bye. Thank you. Now slow way down to 45. Perfect. Sorry, guys. That was just necessary. That guy was just going to keep taking up both lanes for who knows how long. So, not a fan of doing stuff like that, but that just was ridiculous.
Like, why a main road? They're like, no, I want the house delivered today.
Yeah, they're like,
Today, get it
that
here.
thing in here so I can get torn out of here.
Whoa.
Whoa. It's different in the South. Alright, so that polygon has gotten smaller, but that storm has gotten more intense. So it's tornado warned. We still got 18 minutes on it. Yeah, he's still got the whole road behind us plugged. There is a line of traffic. Wow, I didn't look behind me that whole time. Yeah, I'm gonna pull over and take a knee. It's okay. Let all this pass.
Well, here's the thing.
Maybe not.
Everyone has to do a job.
Yeah,
So.
I'm sure they know what's up. Still moving at 32 knots. just spaghetti roads. There's no straight route to anything out here. Thank goodness 61's a pretty good route though. Cell phone coverage has actually been better than I anticipated. Oh, this other one just went tour warned. Centerville, Gloucester, Liberty, you're under tornado warning. So we got two. Rich. We're rich in Gulf moisture. Rich. We're rich in Gulf moisture. Centerville, Liberty, Gloucester, Mississippi. You're in the polygon. The other one that was formerly tornado warned has 15 minutes, excuse me. The one I just named off has 1 hour. We got to move on that. We got to move up. We're going to come across both these.
I don't understand why these highways come through town like the long towns.
So we can get the next spot, go back through, we'll jump on this highway over to here. We can be there in 20 minutes. It's got a 1 hour warning on it. This other one's dying off. It looks like it's getting sucked up. Okay guys, we're gonna go after that. Go for it, go for it, go for it. We're gonna go after that cell. Hold tight.
Which highway is it?
It's gonna be back here about a mile. The 81 or the 61 that we took. This one, yep. And then we're gonna go.
I feel a little back through town now.
Yep. And then we're gonna backtrack onto 84. We're gonna head towards Roxy. Okay, we're gonna head towards that tour warn that's in the polygon for 1 hour. This other one's dying down. We can backtrack to it too. I think it's gonna get absorbed and become another one. I bet it's gonna be tour warn, but we're gonna go after this other one that's strengthening. That's to the southeast. So southeast. So if you're in Gloucesterville, Centerville, you need to be taking cover right now because it's over you. So if you're in Centerville, Gloucester, you're just you're 12 minutes, anywhere from 12 to 16 minutes away from you. And Liberty, you're going to be on the outside of that. But if the storm takes a right wobble, Liberty, you're going to be under watch or under warning as well. So again, it's tough to say because you guys can't really take shelter if you don't have a built-in shelter in your house. I know it from many drives through many forests out here that a lot of these places are not shelter ridden unless they're brick homes or they have an indoor built shelter. The water tables are just absolutely low and terrible out here. There are public shelters in some towns, but I know a lot of these have limited shelters, so really particularly dangerous in that sense. This is not your traditional tornado alley where everybody's multiple generations ingrained into it. You know, a lot of people just don't have the background with it out here, and they get baptism by fire through these events. So we're going to backtrack towards Roxy, towards Bude, Crosby. We're going to go get right in the crosshairs of that storm, and then we'll probably bounce like a pinball in between all these tornado warned storms until they stop. So that's the name of the game. That's what we're doing. Oh, it's just gone tour warned. Looks pretty far south or northwest of Mobile and east of Hattiesburg. I can't get any towns yet. That's in Alabama. Excuse me, it might be on the right on the border, like Loosedale. So if you're in Loosedale, Leakesville, McLean, Mississippi, and it's just stepped over. So Chatham, where's Chatham? Chatham's in Alabama. So that's from Leakesville to Chatham in a southeast and northeast direction. I would tell anybody from Coffeyville to Jackson, Alabama, Grove Hill, Fulton, Thomasville, you're probably 30 to 45 minutes ahead of you. It is coming. So we've now got 3 tornado warned storms on the board, and we are about to bounce in between 2 of them. So there's over there, and then we're gonna jump into this mess here. So that's YouTube. I can tell you this, show you the same thing. That's the one I just told you about. It's on the state line, and then we're gonna get into this one right here. So.
It's my highway.
We're gonna go 61 north, and then we're gonna jump on the 8498. Yeah, Vicksburg. Sorry guys, I can get through the comments quick enough. It looks like everybody's pretty much on the same page here. Thank you to those just tuning in. I do see that, especially those out here. That means a lot to me. You guys are absolutely the lifeblood of this operation. I make no bones about it. Oh, look at this. Somebody hit this pole. Yikes. That was an ouchie. And that was fresh. So in 3 miles, we'll take her onto that highway. And then we're about 20 miles away from the leading edge of the tornado warning storm.
What was the highway again?
It was the 9884 towards Roxy. We're going to be in some really tiny towns. So I anticipate cell phone coverage is going to be at a very thin premium. Yeah. In the sky, it's definitive. It's not showing up on camera as well, but you can tell it's so right now we're going parallel to this storm. They've dropped the tornado warning on the one that we were seeking towards, so made the right. We're playing the Cape, guys. We're playing these southern stells. I know there was a lot of, but that dry cooler air up on the northwest of this. I know there was a ton of chasers already set up there, and this is the name of the game for me, is to alert the public, and these were Tor warned quick. If I had to do all over again, we would just left south from Jackson and not even come towards Vicksburg, but obviously you can't predict it. Sometimes you can, but today we didn't. But at least we're on these, so we're on the front leading edge of these cells now. And there's just a domino. It goes Tor warned, severe, special weather statement right in a row with these three. So we are just going to roll with this probably well into Alabama. We have no commitment to any location tonight. Wherever we end up, we end up. We're going to follow these until our eyeballs cannot perform the duties of storm chasing. So this could be a 24-hour, 48-hour, 16-hour, who knows. I'm getting a lot of messages from those in Kentucky. I think you're okay, but I am not a professional meteorologist, so I am simply a storm chaser who YouTubes and Facebooks. So listen to, it looks like they put a lot of weather statements up there in Lexington to Paducah. So I understand why you guys are I get it, but you're definitely going to be very, very touchy coming up on the 1-year anniversary of December 10th, 2021. But I think you're okay. Okay, we're coming up to our intersection here. Okay, we're turning into this.
East?
Yep. 100%. All right, we have committed now. We're turning right into these. From this point forward, it's gonna start ramping up. We're 15 miles from Roxy. We're gonna keep flowing right through Roxy, and we're trying to meet this Tor warned storm. We'll call it Southeast Charlie, tail end Charlie here. It says it's capable, radar indicated rotation. So as of now, but I feel like I'm getting information slower than you guys today. I'm only going to be probably visual help, not radar. And I'm just relying on apps. There's people with fancier setups with computers who are going to know stuff faster. But it looks like you'll be getting a decent little tail starting to grow on it here. So if you're in Centerville, this is right over you. And if it's wrapping up like it looks like it is, you definitely want to be ready and very weather aware. Gloucester, same thing. Gloucester, the tracks are going right over you. Crosby, you may see it. I'm really not sure what advice to give on other than just go. Just leave. Because my guess is that the roads won't be heavily populated. But that's an educated guess at best. But if you have no shelter, southeast, retreating to the southeast is going to be your best option. Unless you're just going to ride it out in an interior closet inside your house. But I know that a lot of these houses are not built well enough to take a direct hit or any hit. And they don't have shelters. So if you are in those towns and you can leave, those ahead of it are Bood, Brookhaven. I believe that's going to be... Yeah. Macomb, it's probably going to miss you just to the northwest. Liberty, I think the same thing. I think it's tracking northwest from you guys. But you could see something pop over you that isn't on radar. Sorry about that, YouTube. Took a tumble. Okay, so you're starting to see the discoloration there. That's the start of the leading edge.
Super dark.
It just got really dark.
Super creepy.
Not quite as dark on the screen for you guys, but it just got real ominous real quick there. I know you guys are probably getting bored of this view, but this is the only view I can give you. Everything else is trees on both sides. I'm not going to cut the feeds like I originally said because it could be a nightmare trying to restart them. So I am opting to audible out of that call and just going to go with a long feed until, I'll tell you on this side, if it loses coverage too long, they automatically shut the feed off and I'm forced to start another one. So I think for today's sake, I'm just going to do that and just keep these going because they will shut off eventually. I've been through the South too many times. I will be shocked if we don't lose it. So I'm just going to do that instead. There's just too many people that rely on these outlets to get information. So instead of worrying about algorithms, I'm just going to keep it going. So we are just getting into the northwest leading edge of this tornado-warned storm. Centreville, it's probably getting just past you. I would still stay in your shelter. Gloucester, it's coming right over you. Gloucester, you're going to take a direct hit if there is a tornado that produces on the ground. It looks to be a very small community. Hopefully there is a church. I know there's a church, but hopefully there is a shelter in said church. Let's see here. A school. It's tough to say. It's a very small community.
Yeah.
A lot of this is rural. We're rural chasing in the deep south today. So it is about a 10 out of 10 on difficulty. I'd put it right up there with probably trying to chase water spouts on the water in a submarine 60 feet underwater. That's about the exact analogy of what we're trying to do today. But we get these little blips of, the road networks gets these little slices. Sometimes you get up on a little hill, but we're heading the wrong way for hills. We're going towards the Gulf. So we're going to be, I wish I would have had my drone with me, but conditions, and I am very novice on the drone at this point. So to try to fly one up, next season, I hope to have a drone pilot with me. That is the goal, so that I can continue to bring you guys the best. And it's a competitive gig. That's what you got to do. But today we don't have that option. These literally are like the Three Stooges of storms. Tornado warned, severe, and now they even dropped the special weather. This one must be just occluding right into this eastern storm. My fear is that these are going to finally get their act together and become a massive wedge that we'll remember as the wedge that went through whatever. So hopefully these stay sloppy and just have lots of rotation bumbling through the sky like I used the lava lamp analogy. I'm not seeing lightning. Maybe it might be turned off on my settings. Oh no, yeah, we're definitely got lightning. Okay. Well, we're in that rich Gulf moisture, so that was play we made. I mean, we could have just stayed in Biloxi one more day, but probably best to hit the road.
out there.
I really, man, I really enjoyed my time in Biloxi. So we are coming into Roxy right now. We're gonna try to race this storm and get underneath it. We're gonna have to make a tough maneuver to get across it, so it's gonna be really nasty for a moment. It's gonna be a hook slice right through the core of it, right towards Macomb, and then when we get to Macomb, hopefully we'll have a better visual. But once again, it's just the south with minimal vision, so we shall see. Excuse me.
I think somehow the Bluetooth is back on.
Okay, this is starting to get a definitive hook on it. And so northwest Centreville, this is probably just passing you or at you. I would definitely be sheltering or getting away from this area. Southeast is a good escape route, probably the best. Just staying towards Macomb. Anybody, Brookhaven, same thing. I'd be moving southeast to evacuate. If you don't have adequate shelter, you have plenty of time right now to evacuate. So Brookhaven, Wesson, all sorts of, let's see, Crystal Springs, probably going to miss south of you, but we won't know for a while. Jackson, this is going to miss you. You're well over an hour plus away, but these storms can just keep repopping. We know that, so we want to get anybody on the horn to let them know that you're 1 to 2 hours away from those from Brookhaven to Jackson of crossing that way. So we will just stay with this cell all the way through Dixie towards Philadelphia. It looks like this thing's just going to track all the way towards Birmingham, between Tupelo and Birmingham. Just gone tornado warn northwest of Jackson. That is radar indicated quarter size hail. So if you are in the areas of northwest above Yazoo City, Silver City below Belzoni, you are in the path. Lewis as well. It's just past northeast of Anguilla, Mississippi. Tachula, Kruger, Sidon, Morgan City. Morgan City is probably going to miss southeast of you, but you still need to be very weather aware. That one could be going long track. YouTube or Facebook, you lost coverage. Yazoo City, just northwest, has a tornado warned storm. That one looks very rich. It's heading towards Tupelo. So from Yazoo City to Tupelo, and the northeast to southwest direction of the state, you are all probably going to be on a track there. That looks to be a long range track. That is one, up by Florence. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tornado warned storms on the board right now. This is looking to be a pretty bad ordeal here. One, two, three, four tornado warned storms. So let's go through them here. From this one's on the Alabama side. From Florence to Hamilton, you're under tornado watch. From wait a minute, hold on. That's flash flood. I apologize. That is not. That's false. Strike that from the record. From Yazoo up to Greenwood, you are down here where we're at. This is got radar indicated rotation outside of Gloucester. 12. What did that say? Yeah, Gloucester. This is coming right over you, Gloucester. 12 miles west of Liberty. This is moving at 30 miles an hour, so this is not a fast storm, as you're accustomed to. The ones up north are starting to move.
Yeah, we're gonna need gas.
Okay. Okay, guys, we're about to get into this storm here. It's forewarned. Follow it to Macomb, because it's going to come right through Macomb, and then we'll go north. We got 131, plenty to get into this, and we gas after we go through it. And then we'll make a decision if we stay with it or go north. Hey Nate, we're going to jump into this storm real quick. It's still Tor warned. We have about 131 miles left of fuel, and then we're going to go ahead and probably pop onto 55 and jam up north to Jackson. So we'll go ahead and jump committed so much into it that I at least want to jump and see what's in it, and then we'll pop up. So hold tight shortly. Finally, we can see some structure. Not much, but ooh, look at right above us. See that? There's just tons of those. Just wispy little vortices dancing all around us. So we're going to cut right in front of this tornado warned storm here. We're going to be going from Bood to Macomb, and we're going to get right in the path of it. So hold tight, and we'll see what we come up with here on this Gloucester. So this is right over you, Gloucester, Mississippi. You should batten down, hold tight, get in an interior closet. I don't think it's dropping anything, judging by radar, but that is a false. If I was to give that advice, that it looks very. It's a little messy and like it's joining into this back storm. But again, that's my worry, that this is going to turn into a massive wedge somewhere. So as you see, it's getting darker. We're going to cut across down to Macomb, get right next to it, and see what it does.
I'm taking that exit.
Yep. 21 knots. This thing is slowed way down.
Is it Bood or Feud? B-U-D-E.
B-U-D-E? Bude?
Feud or Bood?
Or Bood? Bude, Bood, or Bud?
Buddy?
Could be Buddy, Mississippi, and I'm butchering it.
Or Boudet?
Boudet, could be Boudet. There's a lot of French down here. People think it's just Louisiana, but that's not the case.
Where?
Yep.
I like Boudet. I'm gonna go with that one.
You like Boudet?
Yeah. I don't know.
So we're gonna make a run. We're gonna cut right across this. So we're gonna move right across this tornado warned storm, down this highway to Macomb, jump on the 35, and we're gonna decide if we stick with this tornado warned storm or if we head north and jump into that line. It looks like everything's really coming together. Wow, look at that. Holy moly. Okay, so that's Tor warned right here. Man, these are gonna be tough.
Sure. Especially having to go through the field.
It's just gonna be, you're not gonna know until you start seeing trees flying. Yeah, look, it's starting to pull. Look at the rotation above us. Well, you'll take my word for it.
Yeah.
I wish I could be time lapsing this, but not today.
So I'm going straight or right? 98 or 185?
East.
They're both east.
98. 98. Yep. Okay, we're turning into it. We're turning right into this tornado warned storm. You guys that have been there for so long waiting, this is what you've been waiting for. So that is tornado warned directly ahead of us. We're going to core punch right through it and then get to the backside and try to get a better view. Man, the school's just getting out. That's crazy. What?
Has it even get out yet? Cause
I don't know, man. This is so sketchy. Always adds the layer when kids. Okay, so Gloucester, it's dialing up. I cannot get a good read on this on radar. So there's a definitive tail, but it's very, very small in the sense. But that doesn't matter. So this is rather menacing. So we're now directly in front of this tornado-warned cell, crossing the Homachita River. A lot of drought conditions. You guys have heard about the Mississippi's at an all-time low, exposing all sorts of artifacts and old school stuff. Okay, this is starting to really wrap up. I think they're dropping a TVS marker. It's got 1 inch hail, down to 3/4 inch hail. Looks like the storm behind us is pulling into this too. This could really be getting ugly here real quick. So we're going to be in position right on the tracks in the forest, and we'll see what it does.
We're in the forest.
I mean, we're in the forest. Yeah, if I said we're in the Oregon coast chasing, you would have a hard time. Although Oregon coast has more pine.
Yeah.
This is
What are these?
a little more deciduous. And they got way bigger, like the circumference of the trees are more girthy. But the coverage of forest is identical. Tachula, that whole system up north is looking rather juicy. So you Gruger, Sidon, Silver City, all that's looking. It's got rotation. Very well could be putting a tornado down any moment up there. We're on the southern cell.
Ooh,
That not lightning. Got our first good healthy strike. More lightning. Heavy winds. Just like that. Ooh, big strike. All right, we're in it now. We're in the tornado warned polygon. Radar's getting slower. Yeah, it's getting a little bit of an organization on the back of it here. We won't know. We just won't know until we're in it. Another strike. Not sure if those are showing up. It's going to be a car wash, and then we'll be on the other side, and it should be somewhat visually more appealing. Excuse me. So north of us is a tornado-warned storm that really has some strong characteristics of looking like it's going to put something down. Tachula, you're right in the path. You have to be evacuating or getting in an interior enclosure. We have what we have here. Looks like. Tachula all the way to Vaden, Winona. Looks like it's going to miss southeast of Duck Hill. But you're all within that polygon that's going to be shifting to the northeast, northeast. We're currently driving right into this polygon. So to give you context, we're slicing right in front of this, and then we're going to get to the back of it. And so it's tornado warned as well. So far, Arkansas has been free of any storms so far, but we're still so early in this event. All right, we're cutting right in front of this. It is going to we have 15 minutes left. It is radar indicated, moving at 25. This thing's just slowing down. Just getting real sloshy. I'm sure it's going to be 60 to 80 mile an hour winds inside of it, and if it's gathering strength, more than that. So if you are in Liberty, Gloucester, it's passed over you, but Gloucester, you have a second storm coming behind you. It's probably going to drop a lot of rain. It's not tornado warned, but it's trying to attract itself to the tornado warned in front of it. So you might want to just hold tight. We're right in the tracks now. We're dead center on the tracks. Another close strike. Good audio on that one. Woo! Big strike. Big strike. Bam! There we go. Now we're cooking. Okay, so it's putting down. While it might be losing strength on radar, You never know if it's repopping here, so we're gonna stick with this. Oh yeah, look at that. There's some decent structure. I mean, for what we're looking at today. Just for a second. I couldn't even zoom in, guys. There's too much moisture here. Yeah, guys, I see that one up north. That one up north is very healthy. You know, I just made a play on the southern storms this morning because my fear was sitting still. If nothing happened where everybody had thought, that the southern ones were already on the board. And the mission is to get the public aware. So my understanding is there's quite a few chasers on the one up north. So we're taking the southern one, another close strike. All right, we're directly in front of it now. All right, yes, got a little structure. Here we go. Right now. There's the beat. Just getting drenched. That's all right. There's the edge. You can see it. You only get a second. All right, you two, you get next. Right there. There's the leading edge. So we're cutting across it. We are across it now. And we're going to try to find the network up here. Probably goes. Oh, another close strike. This thing's putting down some decent lightning. Even though it is dying on radar, but it could repop and there could be a wedge in there, and it'd be tough to see. It'd be tough to see, but we'll give it a hell trying. Oh, sorry, you're blurry. Sorry, Facebook. Hold tight. Come on, there we go. We had a minute. Another close strike. Angela, which county? I apologize. I don't know the counties very well here. Let me try to research. I wish I should have an app that gives me quick accessibility to counties. The town of Smithdale, Mississippi. So let's see which county that's in. It's unincorporated. Doesn't say. Oh, Amite County, Mississippi. You are under tornado warning. Now, while it looks like this polygon is losing its strength here, I have walked away from dying tornado-warned storms that ended up putting a tornado down, and I missed it due to being impatient. So we'll get south here, another close strike, and we'll assess. We got 9 minutes left on this one, guys. 9 minutes. .236 Central Time. We're coming up on the I-35 by Macomb. This is still tornado warned for another, what? Or excuse me, I-55. Still got that Midwest in me. I-55, coming up to the 55 from New Orleans to Jackson at the Macomb, Mississippi interchange. We're not there yet. We're coming through Smithdale right now, very, very sparsely populated area. Smithdale, you're under tornado warning. You're right in the center of the. Tough to say. Tornado warning storm in Natchitoches, Louisiana, all the way on the other side of the state. It's just past Robeline to the northeast. Natchitoches, Clarence, you're under tornado warning. So we accordingly to the map here, we have 3 on the board. Ours looks to be dying down, so we may make a move up north to that river of intense storms up there. We played this tail end Charlie one here, but I believe this one's gonna. I could very well regret this, and tomorrow be kicking myself for leaving this storm. But it's starting to look like this cell is gonna flounder. Another close strike. Wow, that was a big flash. I might regret this later, but I think we're gonna go jump up north. So, what do you guys think? Let me get your input. Down for at least an hour plus going back to Jackson. What do you want to see? Throw it down in the comments as quick as you can. Stay on the cell or go. You get one word, fine. Stay, go.